Heck yeah, dude. Dolph Lundgren.
This movie was definitely easier to watch than last week's movie. And I'm disappointed. I didn't do my joke. I was going to do, during our Power Rangers episode, I was going to say, go watch something else, not this movie.
You could totally come watch this movie.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
This was so much better. So much better to research. And so much better to watch. And it's not like an A+ movie.
No, I mean, like I said, it's one of those movies that's kind of bad, but it's kind of awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's Dolph, which is, do you know he has like PhDs and stuff like that?
Yeah,
like,
he's really smart.
He's really smart, but he always plays like, I mean, like look at him in every movie.
He doesn't play a dumb character. He just plays like the brute.
If he dies, he dies.
If he dies,
You know,
he dies.
His most famous.
What does he say? Victory! Victory!
Gwildon, we have victory!
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 And this was 87 or 80?
This was pre-Rocky 4, right?
86, 87, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I'll check it out. But
So you guys know where the weight room is? I'll check it out.
R.I.P. Chris Farley.
I don't think it was pre-Rocky 4. This is his first leading role.
87. 87. He apparently had a super heavy Swedish accent, and they kind of did
That's right. He's not even Russian.
No, he's not
Swedish.
Russian. He's from Sweden.
You want me to drop some knowledge on you right out of the gate? They planned to re-record his dialogue.
'Cause his
to
accent
dub
was
it
so bad?
over with an English-speaking actor.
Oh, okay.
But they got so behind in the budget that they had to stop production on this movie. By the way, we're doing Masters of the Universe.
Welcome back.
He-Man!
No, this isn't
getting rid of-
He-Man. It's Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, but he's He-Man.
featuring He-Man.
Well, it's weird how they like. There was a lot of weird decisions about this movie, and not calling it He-Man Masters of the Universe or
No.
Masters of the Universe He-Man.
He-Man. Nope.
No, it's just Masters of the Universe, which I think is a great name. And it's kind of like I said in the last episode leading into this, if you take it as a one-off, like outside of the canon, it's great.
Fine.
But
Yeah.
it doesn't fit in the He-Man universe, really.
No, come on, man. Like, yes to this movie, but Power Rangers, that CGI is just bad all the way around.
It just hurts.
No, yeah, but like
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Like if you take it outside of the canon,
Yeah, I get
then
you.
it works a lot better.
Yeah.
But he had contractually 3 chances to record his own dialogue.
Okay.
And
To
since
make
they
it
were
happen.
so behind in the budget, literally they got the production got shut down. They had 3 days left of filming, and they got shut down completely. Like the movie was canceled, and they raised enough money to film the fight scene at the end of this. And
It did look kind of solo then.
so
Yeah.
to get it to be a completed movie, to get it to have the chance to come out,
yeah.
and by that point they were just like, screw it, let Dolph do it. And I think it works. Like
The
he
fight
only
scene at
has
the end?
he only has a few lines,
It's not a lot.
and they're fine.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, his dialogue as Ivan Drago is way more like.
but he's supposed to be a Russian
it's
dude
true,
in that
yeah.
movie, so it
But-
makes sense.
But in this movie, he's passable as He-Man. It's not.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, not only that, but he comes from Eternia. How the hell are
Yeah.
how the hell we know we
What
supposed
accent
to
is he
the
supposed to have?
cartoon.
Well, yeah.
He sounds like a cartoon.
Oh.
And he does it at the end, and it sounds
Yes.
good.
Sounds fine.
Yeah.
Every line is fine.
I honestly thought I was when I rewatched this movie. When I rewatched this movie for the second time, and I was like, okay, you know what? In terms of like the decisions they made and the story decisions and stuff, I was like, they worked around a lot of it, because this would have been a really boring movie if they just stayed on Eternia, because there wasn't enough.
The original plan was to stay on Earth the entire movie.
So
Nah.
the whole thing was just to be Earth.
And it's like, how could you even do that?
Yeah,
The whole point is when he takes the sword
Yeah.
and says, I have the power. He has the power of Grayskull.
Yeah.
And he becomes He-Man from being like rinky-dink doofus guy.
But in this movie,
Rinky-dink
he's
doofus.
never rinky-dink doofus guy.
He never puts on
Straight.
pants
Lives
either.
his whole life. If you had
Although
abs,
he
like,
has
abs
this-
and a chest like that,
Honestly, yeah, you're
I
right.
would, I would not put on a shirt or pants
Normal
unless they made
pants.
me.
There's this guy on social media. I don't know. He's huge on social media. His name's Joe Santagato. He has a podcast called The Basement Yard. Like, he's done all this stuff. He was real big on Vine and YouTube.
Okay.
But
Funny.
there's
Believe you.
he's vlogging with his buddy Danny, and he's like, he's like, look at this guy. And the guy, Danny, shows him, because his buddy Danny was kind of heavier and they're trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
And he's like, look at this guy in his catalog, swimmers' bodies. And he's like, and Joe goes, if I get abs, I'm not wearing a shirt all summer.
That's exactly, yeah.
I just thought God just didn't make them. I just forgot to leave
They're
those in
there.
me.
They're always there.
I don't believe it.
We just cover them up.
I just cover them with a little fluff, man. You know, World War III's on the way.
Hey,
Apocalypse is going to happen.
Talking about effects, though, like from the last movie to this movie, Skeletor looks awesome.
Dude, Skeletor is the best character in this whole movie. He carries this movie.
I totally unexpectedly got this dramatic ass role out of Skeletor in this movie where I was like, this is like kind of profound.
Yeah.
Sometimes he says some shit like, is loneliness as terrible at being a hero?
Yeah, as being on the good side.
Yeah.
Is loneliness as prevalent or something on the side of good as it is on the side of evil.
I'm like, what the hell is this? Like Skeletor dropping.
No, but
like
you can tell.
knowledge.
You can tell this is a dude that's been planning this for a long time.
Well, apparently,
and it's starting to work. Like
he's been contemplating.
like the dominoes. He's not having to go until we meet again.
I love those. Those memes are so funny.
So funny, dude. Yeah.
But apparently, the actor who plays Skeletor's son was a huge He-Man fan, so he was very excited to play the role. And so he committed to it. And he wanted to play the role and he wanted the costume to be accurate. He wanted to wear like the little, with his chest
like
exposed and his legs exposed.
Yeah.
But
They
I
kinda
thought that
changed
the
that up a little
costume
bit.
that they went with was fucking
No,
awesome.
the big
It
like
does.
draped robe.
Dude,
with,
he
like,
looks badass this whole movie.
even
At
when he
the
gets
end-
the power.
At the end, he looks a little bit less badass.
He looks
but
like
still
Shao
very
Kahn.
badass.
Yes, still
At the end, he looks like Shao Kahn.
Oh, I thought he was like Goldar here in the like from the Power Rangers movie.
the Power Rangers.
Yeah, but he's badass looking.
The Power Rangers.
And then you got characters
His mouth just
like
goes-
Evil Lynn.
Oh yeah.
Evil Lynn.
Yeah, like,
Not Evelyn.
Not Evelyn.
Who
Evelyn.
Who names their child Evil Lynn?
Oh my God, my
I
daughter's
think-
middle
I think-
name is Evelyn.
I, I think that was a rebrand. I don't think that
I mean,
was-
like, what do you expect your child to do if their name is Evil
well,
Lynn?
like everybody had these like names like Evelyn and Skeletor, and then the Beastman.
It's pretty damn
that's
spot on.
That's what he is.
Beast dude. Well, by that one, this should be like the other one should be like Lizard Face, Tina Turner on acid. Like,
Karg.
yeah.
Dude,
or I was like Tina
He
Turner.
totally looks like a gremlin.
that you
sex
got
with
wet,
Tina Turner.
or
Yes.
that you got wet after midnight.
And then
Like,
it's sunburned like a raisin or something. Like
Yeah.
some of the costume choices were great, and some of them were
yeah, but they're
really-
creepy.
Yeah.
Like, they're
Well,
supposed
could you
to.
imagine you walk in, you're like, dude, that's Skeletor?
Yeah.
It's badass. Let's go get our. I'm what?
Oh shit.
Karg.
Dude, I'm like a gay lizard.
I'm Gwildor.
That's how he identifies himself as.
Hey, fuck off. Gwildor's amazing.
Yeah, but we're gonna say your name a bunch of times. In this movie.
Gwildor.
That cut together, it might have been in Everything Wrong With or something, but they cut it together. And there's a character in the movie, for those of you who haven't seen it, that the whole movie is basically based around.
Karg.
Besides Courtney Cox, because Courtney Cox is in this movie, and we'll get to that.
I'll be there for you.
Like it is
But not your parents, cause they're dead.
Oh my God.
So the
Jesus.
Skeletor is after this key, which is basically
Cosmic key.
a tube that has buttons all around the outside and these like
Tuning forks?
tuning fork things on the top, and you press the buttons and it plays tones.
When it activates, it was pretty cool.
And it goes wow,
Yeah, it was
now,
decently,
now,
yeah.
now,
It plays
now,
every
now.
80s theme song you've ever, like fantasy music you've ever heard
It
that
does.
comes out of that thing. Sorry, you're
Start
saying
getting like the Charles in Charge song coming out of it.
Charles in charge
of our days and our nights.
Charles in charge. And I said, I want Charles in charge of me.
Okay, I can do the whole song, but anyway, so yeah, the Skeletor appears in like they're on Eternia, and he's basically taking over the whole land. He's come out of Snake Mountain, which is his lair, and he's taking over Grayskull,
Yeah.
which is
Evil
what
lair.
everybody is about.
Yeah, but why does like the good guy's castle look like it should be the bad guy's castle?
And it's called Grayskull.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope though.
It does look dope.
When I was a kid, like Travis had Grayskull, like a toy, like a play set. And I was like, why did he get like the bad guys? Thing? I didn't watch He-Man because I was too young.
Yeah.
Like the He-Man was before my time, really. I mean, that's kind of why the movie was a flop. Not being canon and stuff hurt a lot, but
it came out so long after the original show.
Masters
right?
of the Universe. It basically He-Man was a toy.
Yeah.
That took off into a cartoon that was super popular, like crazy popular.
Yeah.
I think Mattel made $250 million in the heart of the 80s.
It's back on now, actually.
Okay.
There's like an Adult Swim version.
Man.
Yeah.
But then, like, right before this movie came out, the popularity, like, just disappeared sharply.
Oh, man.
And, then this came out and
Dolph
didn't do
killed
well. No, but it was before.
No, I'm
so,
kidding,
like,
I'm kidding.
it didn't have that momentum of the show carrying, and they just kind of lost the steam. And then the movie flopped and basically put Canon Films like out of business. That and Superman 4, the Sun God one, where it's like, oh Jesus. And then
Raw.
oh dude, you ever seen Superman 4?
Yeah, I need to see Superman 4.
Where they throw all the nuclear missiles into the sun and stuff?
Yes, to like
Very-
restart the sun.
It's very weird. It's very
Wait, is that the one where he flies backwards?
No.
no. That's the first
That's
one.
Superman.
Is that the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lois
No.
To
dies.
save Lois. Yeah.
Yeah.
To save Lois.
Lois dies in the earthquake. Her car falls in the
Yeah, it falls in the
Crack.
crevasse.
and then he flies. That's not how this works.
Not how a microwave
That's not-
works.
Not
That's not
how
how time works either.
it's not.
Just making the Earth go backwards is just gonna fuck everything up real bad.
Just killed
But-
a lot more people.
So the Skeletor and his minions, his cronies, Evil In, and I did not realize that the black suited, like the henchmen, the bad guys,
Yeah.
were robots. They're supposed to be robots.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
that's
not
why
people.
that's why they blow up when they shoot them.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were supposed to be robots.
Well, they're like
because
the,
He-Man's not allowed to kill people.
Yeah.
And Mattel was like very strict on them. Like if they got the movie rights, he can't kill anybody. That's why at the end of the movie, what happens. But we'll get to there. I don't want to spoil it.
yeah, I got a
Because
problem
we're
with
not
them
gonna
being
do that.
robots because
That's how-
there's a couple of times where it sounds like Jeff, like in the suit, where she like,
He's like-
Evil In.
There's a point where they're trying to like pinpoint the signal.
Yes. We have the
location of the
And he's like, we have the location. And she's like, and he's like, there's a signal. It's being jammed.
Yeah.
But he's saying it just like I'm saying it.
Yes,
There's no
yes.
like
Lone Star.
You know, she would have been like, "Thanks, Jeff.
yeah, like
we'll find it."
And then
Don't
she's
worry."
like, do it now. And he's like, all right.
All right.
And just
Sure.
like hits this like random button on the bottom of the screen and it blows up the microwave that's jamming it.
If you
Like,
want to talk about like the money they should have spent on with like, oh, I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
no,
sorry.
it's just like you couldn't do that from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like what the balls? What are we doing here?
No, but if they wanted to spend the money to do voiceover work, they should have changed that out because
they
it's
could
like
have had that guy just going. There's a signal being jammed,
Something
something
else.
like this.
Yeah.
Bring me teenagers with attitude.
Could have been Zord. They could have been Zord on.
this movie. When I was like, man, this is capitalizing on a couple of things. This is capitalizing on Return of the Jedi,
Yeah.
Back to the Future, and Muppets. Like, I mean, Labyrinth. Honestly, like
Gwildor is a
Gwildor,
Muppet.
yeah, like the full face of Gwildor in this thing. I was like, this is easily three
He
movies.
does
put into
kind of
one.
look like the dude that's peeing in Labyrinth. What's his name?
Hoggle. Yeah,
Does
Hoggle.
kind of look like
does.
Hoggle.
Yes,
He's like Hoggle's cousin.
Yeah, if Hoggle's beefier, smarter cousin.
just
with, like,
smooshed face.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't want to know what those are.
That's the only part of his character that is like, what the fuck?
yeah.
But yeah, so he
He-Man.
created this. Yeah, that's a good one.
Hey,
He's our resident voices guy.
he does voices.
Unless you want a New York accent talking about some fucking pizza.
$40 for
$40 for some pizza.
I got a couple friends who live in Long Island and in Brooklyn, and I've wanted to like contact them just to call in. And I haven't told them that I do this show and that we have this ongoing $40 thing.
Ah, it's a
But I
man ass
would
in the
love for
background.
them just to call in because a couple of them have a pretty thick like Brooklyn.
Long
go.
Island.
Yeah. Oh, Long Island
There you
Brooklyn accent. So, anyways,
But
jeez.
yeah, so they steal the key. Wow, it's just there. They steal the key. from Gwildor. You'll see when you're editing.
It'll be a surprise.
Oh, jeez, is there a titty behind me?
No, it's
Nope.
in A Knight's Tale when
Kinda
the
worse
guy's
that.
walking naked and you see it's just his butt.
It's a whole lot of ass.
I'll get to that's a whole lot of that.
But you
Yeah,
don't
it's a
see the
whole
dangle
lot of
angle.
ass.
For those listening, we often play a movie behind my camera,
Yep.
and I have to usually kind of guess: is there going to be nudity in that one?
You got a mirror.
Can't see it. There's nothing pointing at the door.
But
Anyways.
so Gwildor has this cosmic key, and you can play a tone, and it takes you to anywhere in the galaxy that you want to go.
The universe is made of tone.
Yes,
It's music.
and
musical.
they come and they steal it. The bad guys do.
Yeah.
And He-Man kicks the shit out of a bunch of them, and then
frees Gwildor.
frees Gwildor, gets him out of there. They get it. They go back to Gwildor's house because why wouldn't you? Like they're not going to look there for
I'll
you.
show you. I'll show you.
But he tells them that he has a spare key,
Yeah.
and it's in the spare
The spare. Ooh.
Nice.
You go
No,
back
they
to
use
Narnia.
the spare oob to get out.
Why was this sound like doing the Adam Sandler?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, oh my God, this is Gwildor.
so they're going to use the spare key because the Skeletor has imprisoned the sorceress.
Yeah.
And the sorceress is like the supreme power in the world, and she's like super
Okay.
good and righteous.
Explain the sorcerer, because so she
Pretty
is
much
she
just
the
did.
queen? And that's just it, or was she just empress? Of,
She's the sorceress.
Yeah,
She's
that's
the
what she
sorceress,
is.
but
And
she's like the
everybody, like-
leader. Yeah.
the ruling power of
She's the head of Castle Grayskull.
Eternia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she's like benevolent and kind, and
Because I was like, why do we care about this person?
the He-Man is like her champion.
Chosen champion.
I mean, she looks cool. Like her costume
she
design is awesome.
Her costume design looks like the bed that Zordon's laying on.
On her head. Yeah.
on the back of her head. That's
But
right.
they make her voice effect cool because Skeletor has her trapped in this force field. So when she talks, it's kind of He-Man. You have to say
she's talking through energy. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I really appreciated some of the set design and stuff like that was great. Some of the costume design, Skeletor was awesome. My only critique about it was I kind of wish they had darkened a little more around the eyes and kind of went for that harsher, dramatic, like direct downward lighting to really get that skull kind of face.
Yeah.
But even Evil Lynn, when the way she
looks
played
badass.
it, those eyes are natural.
Yeah.
That is her natural eye color, dude. That was crazy.
It's like a cat.
But everyone really played these people like very like it's easy when you think I'm in a fantasy movie, I'm going to play this big and loud and over the top. But there were so many moments where like the way they delivered their lines was like it was very understated. It was
They're
very
like real.
just like
They're
yes,
it's like they're real people
oh that's a real person
fighting
Great.
for this cause.
I
And
was
doing this thing.
blown away how good.
Yeah.
I
told you-
several of these performances.
I told you
were.
this movie gets shit on, but like it got shit on when it came out, but like it has a huge cult following now. Like
I'm into it.
it's very entertaining, and
Yeah. This one is-
I was easily able to watch this movie 3 times over the last week, no problem. Like could have kept watching it, like could have put it back on. If I wasn't in the middle of rewatching Friends again, I probably would have. But
Well, you had to get your Courtney Cox.
You had to
fix.
get that fix
Yeah.
in. Yeah, that's right.
and that's so that's where I'm headed. So then they go to Gwildor. Basically says, I made a second key. I'm not
I have
an
the
idiot.
prototype.
Yeah, like I'm not an idiot. Like I have 2.
Yeah.
And they need the key to get the sorceress out of the energy field, and they're going to use the key to get into Grayskull. Which, man, they could have used more people. But so they
Well,
basically have.
They didn't need the key because Gwildor had a tunnel. The Castle Grayskull.
But they needed the key to bring the force field down.
Yeah. But it's all 3 of them this whole time. It's just
Yeah, it's
3.
Four- well, it's 4 of them.
He-Man.
Oh, sorry.
Man at
Yeah.
Arms.
Yeah.
Man at Arms' daughter, who later takes on the moniker Woman at Arms. This movie is way ahead of its time with a lot of stuff like that too, though, where it's like empowering women. Thanks a lot. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. It was a joke.
I thought you had. I thought you had
I
a
was
sound
about
effect
to.
queued up.
Well, I wasn't sure which one to hit. I was either going to go like that or.
Probably the first one. It was a joke. Yeah. But so
You need to get one that's
and
just
then
like
later, like you find out she's like a vegetarian.
Yeah.
Oh, is it that she's a vegetarian?
Wait,
or
I
is
love-
it-
oh, wait,
we'll get.
I like that part.
We'll talk about the part, but
Yeah.
I'm just talking about like the stuff that they're ahead of their time with. Where
Okay.
like she basically says like it seems like nobody in Eternia eats meat. The way she reacts to them.
Eternia doesn't look too great.
No, it's just a rock shithole with a skull.
They filmed it in Arizona.
Yeah, and there is no.
I kind of was like, what are we saving here exactly? This looks like a piece.
But
of
I did
shit.
like the effect where they do the hollow thing and he appears like all over the planet.
Dude, and like how badass is it
like a giant.
When He-Man's standing up on the rock and his giant face is like talking, like barking out how he's gonna like rule them and everything, and basically Evil Lynn is like, I hate to break it to you, but like as long as He-Man's out there, you're never gonna truly rule.
Yeah.
And he's like, what do you mean? And they're like, the people will die for He-Man.
I was like, what people? No one else here.
I'm hoping that it's like Earth, where like there are parts that look like that, and then there are parts that look better than that.
But they keep showing that one.
Yeah, they don't show anything else.
That's the only wide shot they got of the
Like
castle.
basically, what I think it was budgetary.
Yeah,
It's like,
of course.
Yeah.
like literally, they ran out. They had, like I said it earlier, they had to stop making the movie.
It reminds me of that Jim Gaffigan bit where like the French give us the Statue of Liberty. He's like, thank God it's beautiful. Could you imagine if it was ugly? They came back. Yes, where's that beautiful statue? We put that in the desert in Arizona. We thought it complimented the desert.
Yeah. Exactly. But so then they get into Castle Grayskull. They're trying to get the sorceress out, and in comes the entire robot army.
Oh, you get the it's quiet. Too quiet.
Well, they're like the stormtroopers, like the robot stormtroopers.
They look like the guys that
shoot
fire
the Death Star.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. We need to call Tony. He would know right off the bat.
They're stormtroopers.
Well, you idiots.
Yeah, they're all stormtroopers.
Yeah, but I'm sure he knows the specific name and rank of that. Like
Probably.
You know, and we're
They're probably
missing
tattooed
out.
on his body somewhere.
I bet we could find him.
Chewbacca.
But so while they're in there, they're trying to buy Guldur time so that he can do his thing.
I just love how Guldur, like his way of like looking for the tomes is just beep.
Yes.
Yeah, you kind of get the feeling he knows what he's doing. You kind of get the feeling he's kind of winging it.
Well, he built the dang thing, so he has to know
I think
something.
it's like he has to hear it out, like find the tones.
You got to find the right tune. That's what I thought. Yeah, he's just kind of
playing name that tune with the cosmic.
He's over there like
That's not the password. That's the beat to Funky Town.
That's awesome that you knew exactly where I was going with that.
Yes, I was like, I don't think he's going here.
That's fantastic.
All right.
Yeah, but then the whole army comes in, like Skeletor set him up.
Yeah, Skeletor shows up. Like, it's not looking good, man. And like Skeletor's a baddie. No, I'm not saying that. He's a badass. I've been around too many young people at work. Stupid slang.
You could start saying cap.
No, that's one I will never say because it means lie, which is the same amount of letters. What the
No, but
anyway.
we got to tell the story. So I used to be a high school teacher, and
there you go, perfect.
These kids, when I was during COVID, when I wasn't able to work in the hospital because orthopedics, you couldn't do voluntary procedures because of COVID.
Okay.
Like everything got converted to a COVID unit.
Oh, okay.
So we're playing Black Ops, Call of Duty Black Ops with these kids that I used to teach, and we're playing. It's me, Tyler, Tony, and one of the kids I used to teach, and he keeps saying cap, and Tony's like, "What does that mean?" And he's like, "Lie." He's like, "But why? Why wouldn't you just say lie?" And he's like, "Because like it's cap, you're capping." And he's like, "But like how? Like I'm putting a hat on?" And this kid was getting so frustrated, and I was dying laughing because Tony's like. And like the kid signs off and Tony goes, I totally knows what it means. It's just I got sick of him saying it.
Oh, thank you,
He
Tony.
was just messing with the kid the whole time.
I love you. Thank you.
It was very funny.
I mean, it's not to pick on because like every generation has like their weird sayings and stuff, but I feel like at least ours, like when we were growing up, had very solid reasons for always like a lot of the stuff when like they're coming up with now, like skibbity is like what is that? Why?
Like they literally say glizzy for
hot dogs. Why?
Because I found out that it's like related to some professional eater.
Okay.
Like she wins like hot dog competitions and her last name is like Glizzy or something like that. But it's like
it's such a stretch.
I mean the one dumb thing we did is try to get people to say what, and we go "Dit."
Why is that still funny?
You're like so we go what you did.
We used to say
D's nuts. How
like,
often try to get someone to say D's nuts?
that sphincter says what?
Exactly.
What? Yeah, exactly. But back to the movie.
Sorry.
Yeah. They're closing in, and they tell Gwildor, just
they're
take us anywhere.
Like, we gotta go.
Yeah.
We gotta go now.
take us to KFC. Let's go.
Like punches in some shit, and he gone.
and they jump through this little portal.
They jump through this cool like wormhole looking thing.
But
But
he
we didn't even talk about how like at some point here, or is it here?
He
where it
drops the key.
No, where it like cuts right after so they go through and the key falls because the key is on the ground.
Right.
Yeah.
And the Man at Arms shoots the
Gwildor.
Oh yeah, Gwildor shoots the grappling hook thing.
Yeah.
Well, there's more man ass.
That's how he gets his bucket of chicken later.
Yeah.
Says you ruined
So it grabs the key and brings
my
it
favorite
through, but the key like comes out of the grappling
Yeah.
hook and it lands in this like flower bed.
Yeah.
And then it cuts.
Then it cuts
Yeah.
and
You meet
here's
your other
Courtney
character.
Cox.
Yep.
You meet like and they basically go to Earth, but you don't realize that yet. But
Well, I do like that they don't like spell it out for you. They're not like Kansas.
yeah, like they like older movies, they just trusted they trusted. Oh my god, there's so much man ass. They trusted the viewers.
And now I want to watch this movie.
I bet you do. They trusted the viewers to like follow along and figure it out.
Steve the Pirate.
It is Steve the Pirate. But Courtney Cox is there and working at Roy's.
Roy's Ribs.
Yeah,
And chicken?
Roy's Ribs and chicken.
Yeah.
and her
not a
friend
bad
is
place.
I
telling
don't have
her.
my phone.
Her friend is telling her like, you don't need to move away. I know this is like a really sad thing that happened, but it's nobody's fault. Like, you and Kevin still love each other.
She's moving to Jersey.
Yeah, what a terrible decision.
Why?
No, but do they live in Jersey? Yeah, they do live in Jersey.
No, they live in like. No way, that's Jersey.
It's not Jersey. It's
IMDb it. It'll tell you where they live.
All right.
Yeah, you look it up.
I think
But-
it's like they live in like Kansas or something.
Maybe. No, because
No,
where
because
the
she says
parents
this,
are going.
but they're going to
The Cape.
Yeah, but why would you fly from Jersey to the
I
Cape?
thought it was in California.
They'll be back later in the
Yeah.
day.
Oh, maybe.
I thought
Why
it was
are we,
in
like, arguing about
California.
this?
I'll look
But
it up.
anyway,
All right, I'll look it
So
up.
And
they
it turns out that her parents died in a plane crash.
yeah, so she was supposed to go with her parents
To the
the
beach.
beach. And she lies to them and tells them she has to study because she wants to spend the day with her boyfriend. So instead of going to the beach, they take
Her dad's a pilot.
Yeah, they take like a Cessna, which her dad is the pilot of, and they fly to the Cape, and the plane crashes and they die.
Well, it all took place in Whittier. Well, no, that's just where they shot it. They shot it in Whittier, California, which is the same place where they shot Back to the Future in, actually.
Nice.
But I'm trying to look up for like what's the
Maybe they never really name it. They just
They
imply it.
don't, but she's definitely moving to like
Northeast
New
somewhere,
York
yeah.
or New Jersey, one of those. So
Yeah.
she was ready to get
Because
out.
she
of
has to
this
fly
town.
to get to Jersey because she's taking the bus to the airport.
Yeah, and like, why couldn't you drive her to the airport?
She's ready to get out of this one chicken bucket town. 'Cause she's done. She's
But-
had it.
So then you meet Kevin. You meet her boyfriend Kevin.
Kevin.
Yeah,
And he has a cool rocking van, like the
does.
A-Team van.
he does. He has a sweet van.
And he's got leather jackets.
But
Put a name on the back.
yeah, so she's basically like, she's too depressed. Like, she can't stay where her.
Yeah, she's
you know.
depressed with espresso.
Man.
Which,
Yeah.
that
And Courtney Cox is like
understandable.
the second best actor in this movie. She's fantastic, of course.
Very realistic. Very
Yeah, like her
down to
so
earth.
heartfelt.
Yep.
Like all the emotion is right there on the surface.
That evil
Kevin
in
was
lady,
okay.
Gorgeous in this movie.
The evil in lady does a good job though, because she's like deadpan the whole freaking movie.
The acting is good.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Who would you say of any of them was your wet noodle? I kind of
The lizard.
The lizard and Ludok.
Doesn't have a, he doesn't. You mean crack? Clog?
No, the bald
Craig?
policeman.
Hell no. That guy
Ludwig?
does his job perfectly.
Ludwig?
Yeah. Sorry, was it Ludwig?
no, is
Ludwig?
it
I thought it was
Ludwig.
Okay, Ludwig.
Ludwig.
I mean, even Dolph with his language barrier thing was still okay.
It's awesome.
Like he's fine.
Like I said, there's nothing wrong with his lines,
Karth?
really.
yeah.
Is it Karth? No, Karth
No.
is the guy from
Lubick.
Lubick.
is
What's the mercenary's name? The creepy looking gremlin one.
Okay, there's Beastman, Saurod,
There's Beastman, Saurod, Blade, and
Blade,
then
and
Crag.
Blade is kind of
Karg.
crappy.
Karg. Which Karg I think is the Tina Turner.
Yeah,
That's definitely the Tina
That's
Turner.
your cracked out. No, your wet noodle may be the shop owner.
Charlie.
That's
Charlie.
that's what I was. Yeah, that's where I was
music
headed
guy.
to.
Yeah.
I would say it's either the lizard, because literally all he does the whole movie is like wiggle his body.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's a lizard.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying. Like, it's got to be one of these three. Blade, who is an overactor.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Big
think,
time.
I think you
Yes.
gotta
And-
go Blade.
And that poor guy, like, his outfit looks pretty dope, except for the gay chin strap that he has.
to hold his pilot wings.
Yeah, to
on
like,
his
yeah.
head.
It's like,
This is Captain America wigs.
yeah. I mean, and even with that, he still looks pretty cool. Like,
Yeah, he's all right. He's all right. He's all right.
you guys found it on Tubi, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
also
For free?
on, it's also on Pluto TV. for
How
free.
Money in the Bank is
Yeah,
Tubi,
it's great.
where it's like, oh, it's free with ads, and I watched the entire movie. It
2
had
ads.
1 7-second ad.
Oh, mine
Oh,
had
yeah.
2 ads.
Mine had 2.
I'm like,
yeah, but it was fine.
wow, 7 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tubi for sure.
And how clutch is that all of my Power Rangers are free on YouTube? Just
yeah,
Yeah, it's
that's
just
true.
there.
somebody was like, here.
Someone's and none of the streaming services
And
like we
Bandai
need
was
that.
Bandai was like, that's all right.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, who gives a shit?
You
Is
have
it the
that one.
remake?
You just have that
No.
one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that's
the
fine.
original. All yours, guys. All yours.
That cost us all $20.
Gotta
So,
be somebody's.
God.
We don't want it.
so then we get like she
Yeah.
wants to go to the cemetery before they go to the airport to say goodbye to her parents.
yeah.
And they find the key. Kevin finds
Yeah,
she finds it.
Technically, she finds it.
And then he's like, I know what this is. It's like a Japanese synthesizer because he's like in a band.
Yeah,
And
he plays the
you know,
keyboard like
and he
a
presses
gay.
it and it makes and the whole time she's like, I think we should turn this in, and he's just sitting there like beep boop beep 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 beep, like,
Seriously.
like rocking
And
out
then
on this
she
thing.
presses the big red button.
When they get no, they go to do the sound check because they're playing it like a prom.
She doesn't press the big red button in the cemetery.
No, not in the cemetery. They only press
Wow.
the tones buttons. I just watched it like last night. That's why it's like fresh
So
in my
did
mind.
I was watching Power Rangers. God damn it.
So she agrees to go to Kevin's sound check, and they're playing like in their high school, which she's not even going to stay for graduation. She's
No,
like,
dude, she's like,
I'm
done.
out. Like,
I'm out.
No, dude, my parents died.
yeah, but I'm moving out on my own at 17. Like
she
I'm just
lives
done.
on her own. Her parents are dead.
well, yeah, but like you have the town to help.
You have a house.
Yeah, she has people in the house. You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I got my GED. I'm gonna go see what I can do with that.
Yeah.
I guess in '87,
Well, she
you can do a lot of
graduated.
stuff. Yeah, as
Yeah.
I said, she's got it and she's out.
Yeah, she's got her
So-
diploma, not a GD.
Oh, yeah, that's
Why
true.
are we talking about
Yeah,
that?
but
I don't
anyway,
know.
so they go to
I totally was falling down a rabbit hole.
they
there.
go to the sound check, and he's like, "Let's mic this baby up and see what it can really do." And like,
yeah,
she
because you
just-
can't hear it. Just sitting
Yeah,
right
she
next
just has
to it.
him hold them. He has Courtney Cox hold the microphone.
Yeah, you can't hear it unless it's like through speakers.
And then he's like, "Oh, what does this one do?" Because it's blinking at the bottom, and he touches it. It's like,
Yeah.
"Bwah."
Literally all of the things are the same size, like all of the buttons he's been pressing like crazy, and there's one giant red button at the bottom blinking, and nobody's pressed it till now. Like,
Yeah.
what does that?
And then
one
they
do?
press it, and it does like the whole now, now,
Yeah,
now,
and
now, now,
and it opens at the top, and
and
all
the-
the tuning forks start to spin.
and the portal starts to open. And
well, it's
they're-
just like a cool. It's not even the portal. It's like a cool like universe.
Yeah.
Like it's like the Milky Way like spinning above it. And I guess if you let it play long enough, then that
Yeah.
will open up the portal.
My only critique of that is just it was weird for them to hold, and you could tell it was weird for them to hold.
Yeah, it's awkward.
by how they were like, okay, you hold that part up, and then I'll push.
it looked like it was like a piece of PVC pipe.
But it looked
Yeah.
in what it did though, like when the forks come out of the shirt's I was like, that looks awesome.
Yeah.
And like the little effect, I just wish there was some other
Gwildor looked pretty natural holding it.
mechanic. Yeah.
I think it was more so because of all the tuning forks at the top. It's like, how do you
gotta
hold
back
this
it up.
awkward
Yeah.
thing?
Oh, shit. This is gonna
But
fork me.
he's like,
is gonna
I gotta go
fork
show
me.
this to Charlie. You see those lights? We
Yeah,
gotta-
because Charlie's totally gonna know. With his,
well, he pretends he knows.
he
what-
lies.
Yeah, he's like, oh,
'Cause
yeah,
he's a real
it's
piece of
Japanese.
He's like,
shit.
I know what this is. This is Japanese. And he's like, no, it's not. Kevin's like, no.
Same thing he said in the cemetery.
He's like, I thought it was, but then we got a crazy light show.
And the scene at Roy's hasn't happened yet. With the Eternians.
Oh no, it has. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, you need to get back to that. That's your
like my
jam.
thing. So once they drive to the school to do the sound check, it cuts to He-Man, Woman at Arms, and Man at Arms.
Yeah, they all like are coming out of the tunnel
into the
and-
mud.
Yeah. Well, the funniest
They all kind of fly generally.
Yeah, and like He-Man's a little bit dirty. Man and Woman at Arms are like a little bit dirty, and then Gwildor is face first with this like crazy big red afro, like that troll doll over there. I don't know if you can see it, probably not, but like a troll doll. Yeah. And then he's like,
"This is Gwildor."
Yeah, he's like, you guys don't have it in the mud in your gill plates.
Yeah.
Yes,
and he pinches his nose and showers them with swamp.
His like ears pop up a little bit,
and he's like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah.
And they're like, "It's okay, Gwildor."
Man, the way they toss this little person like out of camera, like they're like three. Everyone else jump 3, 2, 1, midget toss, and they just chuck this Barty.
Speaking of the Olympics,
yeah.
That'd be a good one.
They full out chuck that dude.
So they have to split up and check quadrants, and they synchronize their locators by just going, beep, beep.
Yeah, they're like stopwatches.
Like you do.
Like you do.
Like you do.
Like you do.
And He-Man's is like on his chest. It's like
Yes.
in the center of
Yeah,
the...
because it's all he got.
like what else is he wearing?
You see him reach for his crotch.
He's like, all right.
Tuck it in the waistband. All right.
So
You just hear like,
while they're searching the quadrants, the Woman at Arms comes up in like a bush, and she like hears something and sneaks over. And then the Man at Arms, you should look up their names.
no, but that's like Man at Arms is his name.
That's his thing.
Oh, okay.
though,
Yeah, like He-Man and Man at Arms are the only two like characters that they pulled from
And
He-Man
Skeletor.
on the good side.
Oh, yeah.
They had other characters that they could have brought in, which
Duncan
yeah, they
Duncan,
do have
and
like,
what's the girl's name?
in Man
Izzy?
at Arms. Tila?
Tila.
yeah, that's his daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Who looks strikingly like Courtney Cox.
She does.
Like they
hot.
could be related.
Yeah, they're both hot. That's why.
Yeah, but they like even without them just being hot,
Yeah.
like they could be like cousins or sisters or something. I even looked it up. Like, is she related? And I'm like, no, she's not at all.
So they're outside of the restaurant where Courtney Cox worked, and he's like,
Yeah.
a good soldier knows how to follow his nose.
Yeah, she's like, what are you doing in my quadrant, dumbass?
He's like, I'm hungry. She's like, you're always hungry. He's like, I went 30 days in the Battle of Corago.
Yeah, and he's like,
without food.
she's like, yeah, with no, like at the same time, they're like, with no rations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she's like, shut up about it.
And so, but anyway, he's like, look, and she's like, what? He's like, I was kissing your mother before you were born, because he thinks they're talking about two people making out in a car. She's like, no, look in the bushes. And Gwildor's sitting there with his little grappling hook, and you just see him pop his head out and go. Fires the grappling hook and steals a bucket of ribs and get out of this.
I was so
Couple's
weirded
cock.
out why he was making that noise.
He's hungry.
He's hungry.
I know, but he's like, I thought he was making fun of them, like making out, like
No,
the two
he
teenagers.
wanted
Well,
the
that's
food.
It's kind of what you think at first.
Yes, I was like,
He's like,
why? I was like, is he turned on by this? He said, no, he wants the chicken.
fucking
Dude, we
role
got-
models.
Yeah.
One of y'all open some chicken tenders, like,
I want to run a train on these chicken fingers. Like, but
Oh,
the
man.
best part is that he steals it, and we got to take this guy to like Dave and Buster's for the claw game. He's
Yeah,
money
spot on with that thing.
It lands straight over the top and
Such a weird,
and
yeah.
pulls it back.
Doesn't drop a single chicken wing or rib.
Well, the best is they find him in the bushes, and he's drinking the barbecue sauce, and it's getting all in his
Like you do.
beard.
Like you do.
And they're like, Gwildor, and he's like, I was gonna share.
I was gonna share. Repeats it. Yes.
And
What
that's
chicken?
and that's when you get the scene where he like he takes a piece of the chicken out and passes the bucket, and she's like, they're eating, and
Yeah.
they're like, good food, and they're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Why do they put the meat on these little sticks?
These little white sticks.
And he's like, it's a rib bone, and she's like, this used to be alive, and he's just like, like keeps eating.
I'm hungry.
And she's like, ew, and what a barbaric plan. And he goes, never think while you're eating.
Never think while you're hungry.
Shut up and take the calories. We need the
And then
calories.
the best part is she's like, ugh, let's get back to searching. And they get up, and the best is Gwildor looks down at the rib, and he's like, it tasted good.
You have no idea how many times through our childhood and our lives this scene has come up over and over again.
And the
What's
scene
it-
where they meet the
it
cow,
tasted good?
right when they get
Just all that.
yes.
right when they get in, there's
All
this
of it.
thing approaching, and he pulls out this scanner, and he's like, big life form. and they go to shoot. He's like, wait, it could be intelligent life, and it's a bull.
Yeah.
And it's like, and Gwildor's like, maybe I can communicate with it. And he's like, moo, moo, and then they're like, Gwildor, let's go, and he's like, I'm going. Moo.
I'm telling you, it's so funny, so funny. That's why I was like, I gotta shut up, let Trey do this scene for sure.
Like Tanner used to do that to me all the time. I'd be like, Tanner, it's time to go, and he'd be like, moo.
I've heard him do that. Is that where this is from?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my god, dude! It's so many, these are solving mysteries of the universe.
Masters
for me,
of the
dude.
Universe was like one of Travis's favorite cartoons growing up. So this,
I mean, this
was
movie
a lot. Yeah.
was like one of his favorite
And I'm gonna
movies.
say it really is feels like a rainy day movie. You know
It's
what?
so entertaining. And you
Weather's
don't have
bad
to
out,
think.
Put it on. Yeah.
There's not a lot of dialogue. There's not a lot of thinking going on. It's just like it's cool to look at. There's a lot of stuff going on. Like there's a lot of action, a lot of shooting.
Characters are interesting.
Yeah.
They're unique.
Yeah.
Like,
Very
they're
unique.
fun to look at.
Evelyn's badass. Skeletor is so badass.
Except for the lizard dude.
Yeah.
who I was like, okay. I actually had to look it up because like this thing reminds me of something, and it's clips from this older movie, which we probably should do, but it's Roddy Piper's film.
Oh yeah.
Hell comes to Frogtown. And it's the one Frogtown where like Roddy's like he's like trying to explain to him, and he has an eye patch, and the frog's like, so one of the frog talks up, and the frog immediately turns to him and goes, "Shut your hole!" And it's the weirdest interaction, but it's great.
But
So,
because they activated the key in the gym, they're able to find them.
They find
Evelyn,
them. Yeah.
Evelyn's able to track the other.
So
key.
they send the mercenaries. They send Beastman, Karg, Blade, and Lizard Man.
Oh, because Skeletor says it might be a trap.
Right.
Yeah, the
Smart.
four of them left,
Randomly.
and they randomly got together a bunch of other people to attack you. But okay, cool.
I mean, I respect
So
being
he's-
cautious.
he
That's all right.
sends out a landing party to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, so it's a few
And
robots
They
and
send out. Evelyn decides the best mercenaries will go, which are the Lizard Man, the Beast Man, Blade, who uses swords,
Karg.
and Karg,
And taser,
Glazer,
And Strand Stelanoskevich.
and of course Michelle.
You all know my sales associate Michelle.
It's so funny, but so they go down, they go to Earth through using their own key, and that's when they're like at the gym,
And he's
They're,
like, don't let anybody in unless
playing
it's,
with it,
unless
and then-
it's Charlie.
So he leaves Courtney Cox at the gym, which doesn't make any
No,
sense.
she asks.
She's like, yeah, she wants to be alone.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
like, it's weird, but I kind of want to like
Say
stay alone
goodbye
here, say
to this
goodbye.
place.
Yeah.
Well, they've kind
Since
of made
they're
it that she
school.
was like trying to sneak out. Like she was trying to sneak
Well,
away.
because she wants to like break up with him.
Yeah,
Well, not only that,
without
but she's
really
like,
breaking
bro,
up with
this
him.
fucking guy won't let me not go to his sound check. I'm just trying to go home.
I'm just trying to go to the airport and start my new life.
Can I leave?
I hate him so much. No, she loves
Hate
him.
him so much.
She loves him. But
They
he
show
goes to
up
the
and just start.
music store to have the guy tell him like, yeah, it's Japanese, and then him tell her
To have that
no.
conversation right now.
Yeah.
Like,
That whole chestnut.
That old tune from the sea, and then the freaking baddies come in, just
Destroy a janitor.
Yeah, they just wreck that janitor. Beast Man just grabs him by the
He's
face.
the only one that really gets a body count in this movie because
Seriously.
he beats some people up.
Yeah. And then they destroy the gym looking for the key.
And they think Courtney Cox has it.
They can't find the key.
So they're trying to capture her, and she crawls under the stage.
stage.
And that's when you get Blade,
Blade.
doing the overacting because he's like, she's mine.
So bad.
so
bad.
through the stage.
She's screaming.
And then she grabs a bottle of like cleaning solution.
Yeah.
And just smashes it against Beastman's face and like burns half his face.
apparently he's allergic to Windex.
Yeah.
Or whatever they're
It's
keeping
a
under
foreign
that stage.
chemical to that
Yeah,
world.
that's true.
But and
Ajax.
and she's it is Ajax, which
Ajax.
reminds me of the first Deadpool movie because
That would do
Francis's name is Ajax.
Hey, you break that stuff on my face, it's gonna burn
That's
my
not
skin
going to
too.
tickle. It's not going to
So
tickle.
Courtney Cox is running outside the school yelling for help, and she runs into He-Man, and she's like, "Oh my god!"
could you
He's like-
imagine?
he's like, I'm not-
You just have this happen to you, right? Beastman comes in, smashes janitor's face. Blade guy is driving the swords through, trying
They're
to kill
shooting
you.
lasers everywhere.
Yeah.
People are trying to kill you.
Yeah.
You run outside, and a half-naked Dolph Lundgren is like, "Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
We're here to help you." Like, what the fuck is going on?
Please don't move.
And then you got Pancake Face.
What the fuck are you talking?
Because Gwildor totally, we haven't covered that, but it looks like he had 2 growths on his face that just got crushed.
Just like 2
And
scrotums.
he's got 2. Yeah, he does. He has like 2 nut sacks hanging from his eyeballs.
Scrotum cheek.
It's like one of those like masks, like one of those like rubber dog masks that I think they like repurposed.
Well, it's the same dude from Empire Strikes Back who flies with Lando.
Oh, Neen Nub.
Yeah.
That's Neen
Neen
Nub,
Nub,
baby.
yeah, that's Neen Nub.
Yeah.
And then the same actor, Billy Bard. Yeah, it's something close. If not that,
Ray
it's
Cyrus.
something really close. He goes on to just like the next year be in Willow, which phenomenal movie, which we need to do.
Willow needs to happen.
Yes,
Billy Barty. Yeah, Billy Barty.
Billy Barty. Yes,
That's Neen Nub.
Yeah, so you're running down an
that's
alleyway.
Gwildor.
Oh.
I don't know if it. I don't think it's Nino.
You're running down an alleyway
Yeah.
with a neon sign that says pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza.
Back that way.
But it was
That's
only
where
like
it's
$5.
$40.
It
Like,
wasn't
It wasn't
$40.
40.
No.
And you run into half naked Dolph Lundgren. He's like, I'm here to help.
At least
Are
he
you?
looks, but at least
Yeah.
he looks human.
Dude, and I bet Courtney Cox was like, you could help me do whatever
Fine,
you want.
you know what?
Good Lord.
What's up, Dolph? If I die, I die.
Yeah.
I suddenly,
Damn right.
I suddenly feel really faint. Carry me.
Suddenly feel safe.
I was in a lot of trouble. And I don't even remember why.
So they go into like this little construction area,
Yeah.
and they get scanned.
Yes, they get scanned. And then they start coming in to try and kill him, and He-Man just wrecks the shit out of them all.
Lot of
Even
throat
like the
grabbing.
special mercenary ones, not just the robots.
Where he baby knifes Blade.
Yeah, he does.
Does the Tina Turner
does.
one
Baby
do anything?
No,
No.
he cowers in the corner like a
nothing.
bitch.
Yeah, no, he's
Right?
supposed to be like in charge and telling them what to do, and then when it comes time for
He's
him
got
to
a
like
little hook
attack,
hand.
he's like,
Yeah. He's got one little hook. One little hook. That's it.
That's how he like eats his fucking meals.
Yeah.
That one little hook
It's
hand.
that and rolling.
Yeah, exactly.
Rolling.
He sticks his
So
ass out
they retreat because
because He-Man straight whoops their
and
asses.
the other two show up and start shooting at him.
Men at arms,
Man at
men
arms.
and woman at arms. It's like man at arms and baby at arms because that's his kid.
Daughter at arms.
Yeah, daughter at arms.
They
Duncan
show up.
Tila.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Duncan and Tila show up and start shooting the lasers at him.
Yeah.
So they're like, retreat into the portal, and they go back to Grayskull, and then you get the
dude, like-
interaction with Skeletor.
I'd be like, yo, you guys want to like stay here?
You guys are
Just like chill.
We'll just hang out here. I don't know where we are, but we
you
can
know if
figure
we
it
go
out.
back, Skeletor's gonna be shit.
You're damn right. Like one of us ain't gonna make it out of here. And so they go back and they tell Skeletor that they were attacked by an army. There was a large group,
Yeah.
and
All of them.
then he's like, "Okay, bring me the scanner." Like what?
Yeah.
What?
They go back with
No,
Evelyn.
She speaks up
Yeah, and she's
to,
like, hey.
to save Karg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, oh, we may need them in the coming fight, and he's like, "Okay, cool, go."
yeah.
And she's like, "I wasn't suggesting to go," and he's like, "Then you shouldn't have run your
But
mouth."
First
He punishes one of them.
yeah, he's like,
Vaporizes.
doesn't he? Don't they? No, it's she sees it. No, he doesn't see
Yeah.
it. But he's like, "Oh, you failed me."
Yeah.
All right, cool, and like uses his
And they
electric
ask for
powers.
forgiveness. Blade does the whole overacting thing where he like kneels down and, and the Beast Man like grabs him like a dog. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I gotta get out of here, you bitch. And then he vaporizes Lizard Boy.
who like rides like
Yeah, dude. I tell you, those are
Yes.
the weird wiggles. The whole movie's got the weird wiggles. Every time it shows him, he's like weird,
I
like
feel like he
writhing.
dries up like a lizard. Like he's drying.
he like
he's like, hold on,
atomizes
and then he
that guy,
licks his
though.
eyeball.
Yes.
He's like he's like pew, like he like atomizes that guy like you're dead.
Yeah, he does. He does the emperor thing. Like, here, let me shoot you with my purple lightning.
Yep.
Like what?
It's not the red lightning. It's the purple lightning. That'll get you. So they send him back. This time Evelyn's with them, and they go back to the alleyway. And like this whole time, Tina Turner's like, there was hundreds of them. They totally outnumbered us. And she has this like look into the past scanner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the
Somehow-
it's like the scanner from Alien, but you can see 3D.
Yeah, and she's looking through it, and she's able to see what happened.
Yeah, she
And
sees
realize,
He-Man
like, wow,
just
you're
whooping their
Piece of
asses.
shit, Tina.
She's like,
he's
all
like-
I see is He-Man.
Yeah, she's like, you were outnumbered, and he looks at her, and she's like, outclassed is more like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are bitches. Now, at the same time, they can't take over a planet with all of its power because He-Man still exists.
He's still there.
But these 4 dumbasses are supposed to take out He-Man.
But like he's not even there anymore. Like Skeletor would be like, you know what? He's done.
No,
But
because
they've still got the key.
They have
He
to
can come
wait.
back at any
they have
moment.
to wait for Moonrise because that's when the eye will open and give him the power.
I get. But there was a moment where I was like, I mean, Skeletor would be like, all right, yeah, that dude's gone. Like, let's
Because
just redefense ourselves
because MacGuffin.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like literally,
MacGuffin.
you could just have all of your guys stand in front of the sorcerer.
And if
They
he
can't get there.
all the
if he
robots.
shows up again, because that's a ticking time piece right there. Once the sorcerer is dead, He-Man like he's got nothing.
Unless he destroys the moon.
Just correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't the power that gives He-Man come from the sorcerer?
The sword.
It comes with the sword, but
Yeah.
isn't it directly connected to the sorceress?
I don't know.
No.
Okay, no, that's not in lore. That's not the He-Man lore.
No.
Okay, well,
But it'll
No,
when
it's
the
too
when
low.
the eye opens, it'll give
Skeletor power.
Skeletor the power of Grayskull.
Oh.
So he'll be so powerful that he may be able to defeat He-Man.
because he already has power.
Yeah.
Now he's getting
He has like the
he'll have
snake
the
sorcerer
full
power.
power.
he's getting
of
extra
Grayskull.
batteries. He's getting
Yes.
his double A's.
He's getting a
He'll
recharge.
get the
Yeah.
lithium ions.
versus
Yeah, as long as you kept them plugged in enough so they didn't die completely.
I get you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
Brand new batteries, dead, just dead. But
so they're back on Earth.
So now Kevin
Yeah,
hears
so
on
they-
the police scanner to go back to the school.
yeah, because as he's standing there talking to
Charlie.
Charlie McNumbnuts in the music store, cop cars are hauling
fire
ass
truck.
by and fire trucks.
And he's
Yeah.
like,
And then he's like, "What's
it's
going
the
on?"
end of the world out there.
So he just picks up his handy dandy police scanner that he keeps right next to him at all
in
times
his pocket.
and it's like, oh, there's a 5-alarm fire at the
high school.
at the high school gym, and he's like, I just left
Julie's in there.
Julie there, so he runs back over there.
That's when you meet the cop.
Yeah, and you meet Strickland.
Dude, who I was
His
like,
name is
not
not
Strickland.
Strickland,
it's Ludok.
but in Back to the Future, it's
Ludoc
Strickland.
or Ludig?
It's
Ludok. Ludic?
Dude, you just looked
Ludic.
this up, and that's
I
wrong.
did? I'm sorry. Okay.
think it's
Yeah, he's Strickland. He's the principal from Back to the Future.
Yes.
Lubick.
Lubick. And
Lubick.
he's also the authority figure in like all 80s movies. He's in so many different
He
movies.
is, yeah.
But he's great.
He
I
was
love him.
eating well, dude. And like from like 79 to 89, he was the guy.
Yeah, he was the guy.
If you needed an authority person,
Isn't
just,
he
like,
in Back to the Future?
Yeah, he's
Yes.
the principal.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
principal.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
No, he's not the one who says, "I'm just sorry, boys. You're just too loud." He just tells them, "Is like you're never gonna be anything."
You're never going
Yeah.
to be anything to fly.
Yeah, it's just like okay, what an uplifting.
And then he's
Educator,
like a
thank you.
cop in the third one. He's like a lawman in the third one.
Yeah.
He's in all of them.
He's yeah. I mean,
And then he's like when in the second one he goes to this porch to look at his newspaper and he blasts at him with a shotgun because he's like, "You're stealing my paper, stupid kids," because they live in like the lawless Hill Valley or whatever.
and the one that
Biff Tannen's
Yeah.
Hill Valley.
Biff created.
But anyway, you
So
meet him,
Lubick.
and he's like, "Come on, we're going for a ride." Like he's like blaming this kid, and he's like, "I'm just looking for my girlfriend."
Well, he's like, "What the hell is going on here? Like,
Yeah.
What in the like this dude and this dude scream like the janitor's screaming that he got assaulted by some bear man.
Yeah.
And then he's pointing at this kid like it's his fault. So he's like, literally, it's like, what the fuck is going on?
So he's like, "We're going."
All right, what is this thing? And he's
Yeah.
like, oh no, it's just some synthesizer
Synthesizer.
from Japan. And I'm like, yeah, we're gonna take this
He's
and
like,
get
"This
it
is
looked
evidence."
at. Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
take this and get it looked
He
at.
was worried. He's like, "Is this from the Ruskies? Like from the Russians?"
And then he takes him with him, and they go to Julie's house to look for Julie.
Yeah.
And then he gets
And he literally like he's cleaning up and
he gets a call on the.
He takes a Burger King bag and he puts it in the sink. He takes the French fries and he puts it in the sink. He takes a cup and he puts it in the sink.
It's never
and then
heard
he
of a
just
trash can
and then
in
he
his
just
life.
wipes the counter.
Yeah.
Like
because
that's not how you clean
cup,
up.
That cup had condensation.
That's not how you clean up.
That was probably the most realistic teenager move I've seen ever.
And
Just like,
on
oh,
top
just go to
of
the
all
sink.
of this bitch is moving. She just left Burger King on the counter like that.
She don't care. It ain't
That's
her house
some- that's
no more.
some
She
ice cold
was
shit.
leaving that
Like
night.
gone.
Like
For
yes.
at least a while.
Maybe
Yes.
that was the movers Burger King.
I hope so.
Maybe.
But,
I mean, she sent back for all
so-
that stuff.
He gets a phone call from a payphone, and it's Julie, and he's trying to act like it's not her. And he's like, "I'm concerned about Julie too."
Yeah. Yeah, that scene's funny. He does a good job.
I know
of
you
it.
can't say anything, but just say yes or no. She's like, "You still have that thing we found?" He's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
and then the best part is she's like, "Just stall. We're coming to you." And then he's like, "You hungry?" Starts making a sandwich.
He like puts shit in the microwave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's
they're
when
trying to lock
Strickland-
this signal,
Yeah,
and he
Strickland
starts
playing with it, and that's giving them the signal again. And he's like, "Hey, man, you're messing it up. Don't touch that."
And he's like, "Oh, you want to see something really cool? Press that button at the bottom."
And it's funny because you hate him for it. Like you're such a dumb, but he doesn't know.
No.
He just found this crap in a graveyard.
Found this
He
cool
doesn't-
thing that he wants to
play with.
It's like he doesn't realize the connection yet of any of this. It's just like just shit's happening.
How could he?
Right.
Yeah.
It's reasonable, right? To be like he doesn't have any idea.
Yeah.
It's all right.
So that's when you get the lock-on sequence where he has the sandwich in the microwave.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Oh, that was the bucket of chicken.
It's a
or the bucket of chicken.
Yeah.
Somebody's-
And then they're
somebody's
standing
jamming the
outside like
signal.
somebody's jamming the signal. Like, all right, Steve, we'll fix it. Like, unjam it. He's like, I can't. It's something I've never seen before. And she's like, unjam it now. And he's like, all right.
They wipe the grape jelly
That's when
off
Ludic's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I got
Like,
stuff
microwaves are blowing up.
the Spaceballs
Pets'
thing.
heads are falling off.
They wipe the
Only
jelly.
one man dares give me the raspberry.
Lone
Lone Star.
With
Yogurt.
literal jam.
Yogurt. I hate yogurt.
It's our radar, sir. It's been jammed. And like the outside shot, there's just the bottle of jam slamming into the
Smashes
radar and
into it.
smashes. God, that movie's funny.
I need to show that to my kids. I think they appreciate it.
If
I
they've
hope
seen
so.
Star Wars, they definitely will.
Yeah, they just this year, our older one sat through all the Star Wars. We let her watch all of them. She loved them. And now
She's
I
a
got to
very
show
smart
her.
girl.
Now I got to show her 1, 2, 3, and
Do you?
5, and 7, 8, 9.
Do you?
You gotta
She
show her
has to
1,
know.
2, 3.
Were you
Yeah.
able to show her the original 3?
Yes, no, that's
Well,
what we.
no.
That is what we did.
Original though, not
Like the
remastered bullshit. Where like Jabba's in the freaking
Yeah, but I don't think they do that. I think you have to watch like the extended versions. Like I think they have them remastered where it's just that movie like on DVD, like the original movie on DVD.
I would have to
without the
borrow.
remastered crap.
Yeah,
I would have to borrow.
Like
a
Han
DVD
shoots
player.
first.
and then the whole like thing at Jabba's palace where they have that CGI girl singing that looks like a bug.
Yeah.
It's the most nonsense.
Hey,
Just,
anybody want to hear us? Anybody want to hear? Anybody got any requests? Oh, play the same song. All right. Love Robot Chicken.
We've been amazingly musical this last episode. This is,
Last
So-
2 episodes.
yeah,
Then-
I would say, yeah.
Evelyn and all them show up at the house after Lubick,
So good.
after Lubick's like, I'm taking this. I'll be back. Like, pew.
It's like, what the fuck?
And so
Back here.
Beastman just starts bodying.
That is. You don't give a shit.
Like you
He
see
is
what
not-
Skeletor did
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Lizard Man, dude. I'm not failing again.
No.
Not doing it.
Claws
What
out.
happened to that thing?
He's like,
Yeah.
I had to get down on my hands and knees and like kiss this dude's feet.
And
he's
he's-
got like bony feet.
And he's this loose skin, old balls.
Oh, balls.
Bro,
So
what's his 5-year plan? Not die?
yes, maybe
I
it's
guess
a
it was a
10-year
10-year
plan.
plan.
Ludix.
So he comes in and she's like, "No, leave him alive." And they're like, "How do we get him to tell us what we want?" And the collar. And Blade's like, "Yeah."
Blade's
It's
like,
so weird.
Blade was like, I had 4 or 5 different options before, but the collar does it right away. So,
Well, he like takes
Let's
out a
do your
knife and like
thing.
almost stabs him, and she looks
oh
at him
my
like,
God, yes.
"Dipshit."
No, but that guy who plays Blade
He's enjoying it a little too much.
grabs that knife and he gets, I mean, this close next to, I feel like genuine reaction from,
Shit.
yeah, like, fuck, what the hell, dude? Like, calm down.
Like, why you trying to cut me?
Yeah, dude.
And
It's
so
a
she-
real knife. Enough that it's stuck into the real table
So
that
she-
they were laying up against.
She puts this collar on him that just basically turns
Okay,
him into
now
a
time
zombie.
out. Why didn't we just do this right away?
yeah, what? Mhm.
So like anybody that we need to talk to, you have a
Everybody.
collar that you just put it on there. Like, yep. You're like, so do you like boys? Yes, I do. You like girls? No, I don't.
It's like turned into an episode of Maury.
You're like,
The lie detector
You
determined
are not-
that was a lie.
You are not the father. Yeah.
yes, totally.
Oh man, that's my favorite Instagram account right now is Maury, and it's you can see the beginning of the episode and then they cut to the results, and that's on 2 different reels. It's the best thing ever.
Oh yeah, without all the filler.
Yeah, without all that
Like
filler.
people doing backflips and stuff.
Oh,
because
yes.
they're not
No,
the father.
it's just
When
like
they go sprinting out and the cameraman has to like try to chase them down.
No, come back. We want to watch you cry.
this 400-pound woman where she's like, I know he's the daddy. And it's like, how did you do it though? Like, because they're both like 400 pounds. And the guy's like, I'm not the father, like at all. And then you just flip to the next reel and it's like, you're not the father. And she's not pregnant actually. And everyone's just like, oh. Or like when the girl's afraid of olives and you're like, why are you afraid of olives? And then and then you just flip up and she's like, well, I know you're afraid of olives, but here's the olives. And this woman brings out this enormous jar of olives.
So bizarre.
Sorry, I'm on a real wild tangent here, but I love Maury. It's the best shit.
Where were we?
We were. They put the collar on Kevin.
Yeah,
and
so
they're
he
like,
tells them whatever they want to
yeah,
know.
they're like the policeman.
He's like,
has
when
it.
I was like 14, I jerked off in a movie theater one time.
And I made it sound like this. And I pushed my sister down the stairs, and I blamed it on the dog.
Exactly.
But he's like, who took his policeman?
Yeah. Well, then, so they
He's
leave.
gone. And
Yeah.
they leave the collar.
And they leave the collar on him.
They just leave him there.
But he's super calm about the whole thing.
I mean, the collar apparently does that.
Just
to you.
makes you really
It's
high.
like heroin and tell you the truth. Same time.
it's heroin and tell the truth.
Yeah,
Her tell you, it's called her tell you the truth.
saves these.
Maybe some of those
Same.
people you guys saw those other weeks that were wearing the collar and just like, you're kind of fat. Oh, thanks.
Nah, he wasn't mellow enough. But he would have been
My
if
guy
he called
was.
me fat one more time.
My guy was.
Oh, dude.
Well, then He-Man and them show up.
No, yeah, with
And they're
Julie.
like, oh, man.
And they're like, what happened here? He's like, there's a woman.
Yeah, because he's still all
And
drugged
he's
up
like,
and truth-telling.
he's like Evelyn.
Yeah, there's a woman.
And the guy
yeah.
takes the collar off him. He's like, Julie, look out! Like he like snaps back.
Dude, wouldn't you? You just got your face crushed in and a knife
And
put to your head?
Well, he picks up a chair to
Yes.
hit them with, and
they shoot the chair.
And Daughter at Arms vaporizes the chair, and he's like, "What the hell?"
Daughter in arms.
But I think like, he was freaking out, and
Of
then
course.
immediately, like the way they took off that collar, he acted like that hurt, and I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
God!" Is
Well,
this
so
torture?
basically, what it gave me the idea was he wasn't there.
Yeah, he's, like,
he
getting his
mentally
consciousness
was not
back.
there when
just,
the collar
he's
was
just
on
pure
him.
consciousness, just
And
like,
then, like, as soon as they unclip that collar, he snapped back to reality. Oop, there goes gravity.
God, yeah,
There goes rabbit. He choked.
mom's
No,
spaghetti.
rabbit,
And it was
He knows that,
so
but he's broke.
so they spend the next like 20 minutes. I was amazed at how long this movie was. It's an hour and 48 minutes.
Yeah.
But they really let every scene play out because they spend the next like 25, maybe 30 minutes just trying to find the right tones.
Yeah.
And they do a great at the beginning where they kind of drop that the kid is he has
perfect
that-
pitch.
He has perfect pitch. Was it?
Don't drop that.
Yeah.
Don't
Because
dislocate.
he
your
hits
thumb.
it. He hits it and he's like, oh, it's like a D sharp. He hits like one of the things.
And Charlie's like, "Oh, Mr. Perfect Pitch over here." Like
I was sitting next to my keyboard and I was like, deep bullshit. And then turned on the keyboard and I was like, D sharp, and hit it. Oh, that's right. Like he's like, this is accurate.
It's
Like,
actually Charlie Puth.
this is Charlie Puth before the Puth.
Well, and then what we didn't talk about was when they come in with Evelyn.
Yeah.
She's on like the land speeder.
Yeah.
That like barely moves.
Yes.
Yeah, and like how freaking awesome is that though? Like they got like the robot guys walking in front and like the land speeder thing coming in real slow. And I get like this was early on in that technology.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like
and
garbage.
it's the same guy that did Star Wars.
Yeah, it doesn't look like garbage.
Like the
Okay.
special effects guy is the same guy who did Star Wars.
That makes sense.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a lot of the effects are like
what was
they're
that called?
really well
like
done.
Something of Light and Sound.
Lucas, yeah,
Industrial Light and Magic.
Industrial Light and Magic.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
George
and now
Lucas.
you just put a chicken in and make it gay. And that's your industrial light and magic.
Sorry, that reminds me of the producers. Make it bright, make
You know
it
what I'm talking
light.
about?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, well, it's a scene from the producers, which is with
Yeah.
He's talking about
Nathan
South
Lane.
Park.
I know you're
Matthew
talking about like
Broderick.
Nathan Lane, Matthew Broderick when they're doing that the person at the producer's house or something like that. And the one woman comes down, keep it light, keep it bright, keep it gay. It's my
You seen that episode of South Park?
scene. Of the producers?
No.
No,
They're
which
talking
one?
about Kathleen Kennedy and
And
Disney.
and they all get replaced.
And
by-
Lucasfilm.
yes. Yeah,
and
yeah.
and everything like they bring him all these ideas, and Cartman just keeps saying, "Put a chicken in, and make it gay."
He orders lunch, and they bring him a salad, and he's like, "Excuse me, there's no chick here, and it's not gay.
I've talked to people in the community about that, and they're like, "This feels so pandering. Why are they doing this with everything?" Like,
that's why South Park.
It makes
does
no
that.
sense.
That's why South Park does that.
And
because
people
they
in
call
the
out
community,
the absurdity.
like,
They're
are
calling out your bullshit.
I'm
is what
upset
they're
about.
doing.
Like, they were like, "I don't need that.
Right.
Like, why does everyone think I need this? Let me just live my life and act like this is normal. Why are we?" Just
And that's what 90% of the world thinks is like. Not maybe not the world, but the U.S.
Maybe.
It's
At
like,
least, yeah.
I don't care what you do.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. You want to write a gay person into the story as long as it fits the story. Who cares?
Yeah.
I don't care. Like Ted
Just
Lasso, there's like a whole part of it where there's a gay
Right.
player. It fits perfectly in the story. It's funny, makes sense. It fits the show. It's not like they went out of their way to shove it in there.
No, it's not like they took Hercules and they're like, "Oh, he's gay now."
Right.
Like, wait, what?
In a way,
Yeah.
in a way, it devalues a lot of people from that community, from the
Yeah,
LGBT.
I would imagine so.
It devalues their experience just because we're just going to throw this person in here to make you feel like this is your story. It's like, that's not my story. That's not at all how I experience
it's weird.
this.
I can't. Let's not.
Yeah, because we
Let's
still
not.
got some movie to get through.
Anyways,
We got some movie. We got some episode to
Anyways,
record.
So then,
love people, but we need reasons.
they find out that he took it. Yeah,
like just Jurassic Park.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you went Jurassic Park there.
Yeah, I was thinking while I was doing it. It's not working
But
well.
so they figure out that the cop went to Charlie's to see what Charlie knows about the key, and so they're
Yeah, so then the Evil Inn and everybody goes to Charlie's.
which somehow Gwildor beats him there with his rocket car.
I mean, he got and that was funny too.
I mean,
we
he's got a
didn't
rocket
cover.
car.
We didn't cover, but he manages to find a Cadillac and convert it to like Eternia propulsion in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, because he's like a genius.
Yeah, but
he's
still,
an inventor
yeah.
genius.
5 minutes is a little short amount of
Single
time.
combustion engine is nothing. It's like
Yeah.
It's like a plaything.
He like pulls up and hits a button, and the 3 doors that they're gonna need open. It's like, geez. So they rock
And
it
he
over.
has the disguise on. He has like a moo and like sunglasses. And he comes in,
Little
he's like,
stupid hat.
he comes in, he's like, "He-Man," and they're like, "What the hell is that?"
It's my crude transportation. Sweet. And they all get inside.
So they have their last stand in the music store where they put all the amps in front of the back room so Gwildor can beep de loop deep deep deep
Yeah,
deep.
they got to give them all the opportunity to
Yeah.
doop a doop it. But when they were in the house, Craig
Yeah.
comes and shows her the picture
Oh, of her parents.
Yeah, of Courtney Cox's parents.
And the best is her.
And she goes,
This might be useful.
yeah, she's like,
Karg. Sorry, Karg.
Karg. Yeah, I flipped the 2 letters. That's
Yeah.
my dyslexia. So she's like, "Oh, this may prove useful. Good job, good work," and they leave. And then they're fighting in the music store. All the cronies are piling in the front.
They like jump through the window.
Yeah, just like smash right through.
Now
They're
that you know
robots.
they're robots, it's
Makes
like, oh,
sense.
okay.
Well, I mean, you're in that full suit armor. You're
that's
fine
true.
jumping through that window.
I'm into it. Let's get going.
But
Yeah, it's
He-Man's there with a gun, just
Yeah, He-Man's there, Man at Arms is there, and Talia al Ghul's in the back protecting. Oh no, wait.
yeah.
It's
Cool.
Daughter at Arms.
Yes.
Is in the back, like supposed to be protecting.
with the cop's gun.
Yeah, with
His
Gwildor,
revolver.
Yeah.
with Gwildor and
Charlie.
Charlie,
Julie,
and
Kevin.
Kevin and Julie
Yeah.
protecting everybody.
Yeah.
And then while this is all going on and everybody's distracted, and now Daughter at Arms wants to go help. She's dying to go help.
Well, no, she gets like suckered into it by the cop. He's like, "Aren't those your friends out there fighting? Are you supposed to have their back?"
Yeah, I forgot that Ludwig. What is his name?
Lubick.
Is there too.
Yeah, that's the hard part about this movie. Or else it's like we need easier names
Yeah.
because this is where you're losing a lot of folks. Like,
Yeah.
we're just gonna go bald guy, green lizard,
Yeah.
Tina Turner, and then Courtney Cox. Damn it, it's Courtney Cox.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Well, so as Daughter at Arms is getting pulled out the door,
She gives the gun to Kevin.
you start to hear like from outside like this
Julie.
voice calling to Julie. Yeah, that's Courtney Cox's name.
Yeah.
Start calling out Courtney Cox. Courtney Cox.
Monica.
And she opens the door and looks, and it's her mom. So
Yeah.
she runs out there, and her mom is there, and she's like, "What the hell's going on?" But like today's been weird enough, sure.
Why not?
And she says, "Oh, like we need the key, sure." So she goes back inside.
Well, she
and-
tells him like, "We're so sorry you thought we were dead, but
Yeah.
we're on a super secret mission."
Yeah, because we're spies. That's what we do. CIA
Spy
shit.
kids.
Is this Spy Kids?
don't
Are you
worry.
Antonio
We're gonna-
Banderas?
Yes,
Are
we're the
you Meghan
reason.
Trainor's
We're the
husband?
reason Joe Biden's alive. So they go. She runs back inside and she snatches the key. She runs back out to save her parents because she's a total dum dum. And she gives the key right to Evil Lynn, who then mocks her by changing back into Evil Lynn.
Thank you, my child.
Yeah, like, way to go,
And
dumbass.
just her reaction to that is,
Yeah, she's like, oh shit. And
Courtney Cox does it up, bro. She does.
she's awesome.
Kevin goes out and saves her from
Yeah.
dying.
Kevin goes out, grabs her, and she gets like stung in the leg. What happened to
No,
No, that's
So-
later.
Okay.
Yeah, that's later on. But so then during all of this, Skeletor's getting impatient,
Yeah.
and he decides, "Fuck it,
I'm going to Earth.
I'm gonna go handle this."
Coming in.
So he comes through in his larger land speeder, led by 4 cronies on like excite bikes in the sky. Like they're like hoverboards.
They're like Tron discs.
Yeah,
like,
they are.
Yeah. It's a hoverboard from Back to the Future.
Kind
Yeah.
of. But they're like circular instead of like skateboards,
It's like what Elon Musk, I think, is preparing for us next
cool, I know.
after the Tesla.
so I don't die.
Cybertruck.
So they come flying through, and then his cool setup with all the like a bunch of the robots, and then his bigger land speeder thing comes in, and he tells the Centurions, which is like the flying guys, like find them,
Yeah.
and because he wants He-Man, like he's not fucking around. He's like, that key's cool, I want him. Which if you have the key, just leave him.
Yeah, but nope.
he's
Because somehow he might get back.
Yeah.
he's just gonna be stuck here.
Yeah.
But
Kill Gwildor.
okay, cool. So they hunt him down, and which I didn't understand, but He-Man's like, get to the roof. They got flying guys.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take out the 2 flying guys.
Okay.
And then
Sure.
He-Man tackles a dude.
Oh, there's 4 of them, and he like shoots
One.
Well, this was the funny thing too. There were several scenes where the robots start shooting at them,
Yeah.
and they're just standing in the open, and all they do is like kind of squat their body and open their legs and like get a wide stance and shoot back, and nobody can hit anybody.
Yes,
man,
yes.
Man, you almost hit He-Man. Yeah, but he's listing lazily to the left.
Yeah,
He knows
exactly.
some
He knows some
Well, this guy's got
maneuvers.
some moves. Oh my God.
And then so
Jackie Chan out there?
it comes to the scene where he tells him to get on the roof, and he comes up the stairs and he
Yeah.
hides behind the little wall, and the guy is
Stops.
slowly coming by the window, and he shoots him right off the thing, and he jumps out the window and gets on.
Yeah.
Now he's flying around defeating all the bad guys, and like I said, why the fuck would you make him go on the roof? It seems kind of stupid, but he just brings his land speeder thing
Skeletor's
up.
like, hey.
Yeah, and he's like, "Hey, what's up? Now you're boned."
guys.
And all the bad guys are on the roof with all the good guys, except for He-Man, who is what he wants. And he tells the Centurion guy, "Lead He-Man to me." And sure enough, like that Centurion comes ripping through, and then He-Man's like, "Oh shit!"
And he jumps off and just starts hitting
Yeah,
people.
he starts fighting, and Courtney
wailing
Cox
on
delivers the great like scream, like He-Man, no! And it's
Like
well,
you
it's too
do.
late now.
Like you do.
Like you do.
And so Skeletor cuts a deal with him, like, hey, I'm going to kill them if you keep killing my guys.
Which was
Yeah.
like, why does he care? His guys are robots. This is a planet
No,
he's never been to.
But he's just trying to get He-Man.
I know, but it's just like the whole fact of it is just like, just kill them all, kill everybody right now. But he's like insistent on keeping He-Man alive.
Because
the
he wants
whole
to rub
time.
his face in it.
Well,
I
no.
I guess.
Or
What
to
he
turn
wants
He-Man.
is to show all the people on Eternia that He-Man bowed to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that will like break their spirit, and then he won't have to put up with any resistance
he
anymore.
does say
He'll
at
just
the
be
beginning,
like,
he's like, I can't make him a martyr.
right,
He
I can't
does
kill
say
him
that.
because then he'll be a martyr, and the people will fight for him forever.
Right, right.
So he brings him back to Eternia by threatening to kill his friends,
And
and
he shoots the key.
yeah, breaks Gwildor's key and leaves them there on the planet. And he's like, leave them here, which we could have done the entire time, the
Just
whole
left
time.
He-Man.
And we're done.
Yeah, and nobody would have ever been like, "Hey, He-Man's gonna like." It would have been like, "Oh, he's gonna come." No, he's not gonna come.
No, he's not. That planet's a few thousand
We don't
years
know where.
behind. Like, yeah.
And they
It's
were on a
weird
time
tones.
crunch because if they didn't get back before the moon, he gets the power of Grayskull. And then
true.
you're boned, my
It's
man.
true. So then,
He locks his sword in the.
yeah, he puts
Yeah.
his sword in the stone, whatever he does.
It's like a little metal lock that closes, and it's like beep beep
And
beep beep beep.
back on Earth, they try to figure out like the tones so that they can
Oh,
get the key working
but he
again.
hits Courtney Cox with his poison lightning.
Yes, that's what happens because he takes him off
That's
the
what I was getting
Centurion
to.
thing.
Yes.
by shooting him with his lightning. But she screams He-Man no and tries to like jump and stop it, and it gets her in the leg, and she's got like that nasty ass.
It's
thing
poison.
on it.
Yeah,
He
he's
grows
like
as hell.
poisoned.
It's his poison land.
So now they gotta get to the sorceress, not only to save He-Man, but to save Courtney, and everybody wants to save.
Oh no,
Courtney.
he shot me with gout. What am I gonna
He
do?
shot me with
Ow.
necrotizing fasciitis.
Hey.
No,
Don't joke about the gout.
you don't want that.
I
at
mean,
all.
the gout.
there's a simple solution. It's a bold one, but you cut that leg off.
Yeah, seriously.
You tourniquet and you go.
And if you've
Get
ever
it
had a bad gout flare, you think the same thing.
Hey, the good news is you
It's
still have
not
He-Man's
fun.
sword. It's one lop, and that thing is gone.
Take it out.
Seriously.
Take it out. I
And
agree.
then they decide they need to figure out the tones. They need to get this thing working
Yeah,
again.
you get Kevin to
And Wilder's like, we'll never know the tones. And then he's like, you mean like this?
like when it played when he's like ba ba ba, and then he's like, man, I wish that music would.
Yeah, and
So
daughter in arms.
There you go, bud.
No, he's like, how did you do that? And like Wildar's like all about him.
Oh, he's like,
sometimes if I hear something enough, a couple times, I can always remember it. And I was like, you mean autism? You got,
No.
you got a
He's
little
like-
bit of the tism.
He's like, I
but-
didn't know
touch.
you were a music master.
I think that's
didn't know you were
a
a
touch of the
master.
tism.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
And
Before.
then basically he's like, I can make a portal, but I need the tones. And he's like, well, I can get a keyboard from Charlie's, which how? 'Cause that place got effed up.
What's still around? But
Yeah.
he found
He
something.
found one. He found a keyboard.
Casio,
Yeah.
also by the Japanese.
And he
Yeah,
brings it
found a
or
little,
Toshiba.
like a
one of
little
the two.
Asian boys,
little
little tiny one.
So
Wait, that's Jurassic Park again.
Gwildor has this thing like rigged up, like from the power lines coming
Yeah,
down.
because it needs enough power for the key.
Yeah,
He's taking a city block out.
yeah.
With
So
this thing,
he starts playing, and
Dickhead
Lubick
shows up.
And Lubick shows up with like the police force.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You're all coming with me. Put your hands on your head." But they've already opened the portal, and this portal, I guess, is more out of control because it's not like confined to the key, and it pulls like the side of the building,
Dude, that is
the
cool as hell.
asphalt, half the car.
Yeah.
And thank God
It's
it
the whole
does.
corner
It's
of the
Terminator
building.
rules.
Because when they hit the throne room, it's like shoom.
And they're like, oh shit. And they all get down. And then you realize that having a laser gun sucks wieners because those lasers don't penetrate shit. Like literally, Ludwig is like hiding behind a bush and a laser hits like the leaf and it's like, Like,
It's not.
cool.
It's certainly not going through that
but before
57
that-
Chevy.
And
It's not
Homeboy
happening.
stands up with the shotgun
But
and
before
just
that-
lets it rip.
Before that, Blade has his fun. Because
Yeah.
Skeletor lets him laser whip He-Man, and he's enjoying
God,
the hell out of that.
yes.
It's
Yeah.
a very like Jesus-esque.
Yeah.
Like
It's,
they do.
The laser whip was a little much for me. I was like,
Oh,
then-
and no, just that he's making those faces, like he looks like the Green Goblin. He's like, ah, like,
And then He-Man's like, ow.
he's like leaning into it. Like
He's like,
you can tell he wasn't actually
that
being
hurts.
hit.
He-Man's
That
like,
hurts so
this is
good.
what I secretly wanted
Yeah.
all along.
well, this is what he's saying. He's like, it hurts so good. Don't keep whipping. Don't stop.
Be a shame if somebody
Listen.
kept whipping. me.
Yeah, it'd be a real,
It'd be a real problem.
shame.
This leotard only comes in one size.
Skeletor
And
keeps
it
telling him
doesn't
to
fit all.
kneel, and he's telling him like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, nah. You're
But
a
yeah,
bitch.
that's when
I hate
you have your like when Homeboy.
Yeah, they like Ludwig's like nobody shoots at Lubick.
Yeah, Lubick. Nobody shoots at Lubick and gets away with it.
Yeah, so he stands up and just goes to town with his shotgun. Unfortunately, he only
takes
has
out, like,
however many
8
bullets.
like
people.
6 shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Call of Duty's taught me anything, you get around 6 rounds.
But I love
6 to 8.
I love
Maybe
Evil
10.
Lynn. Evil
Depending
Lynn
on how
in
you
this whole
modded the front.
Oh, right. No, I love Evil Lynn's situation. This whole thing. She kind of looking around. She's kind of like at the
She
distance. She's
is
like,
the smartest
she's like,
person. she's
We're
like,
gonna lose.
she's like,
we're gonna lose. Tina,
yeah.
let's get on the bus.
Well,
Come
she's
on,
like,
we'll
Tina,
go find the next.
You get the car running. Beastman, come with me.
Cars,
Let's
cars,
rock and
get
roll.
over here.
Like walk slow.
Craig.
Yep.
Walk slow. Don't draw attention.
This way. We gotta go this way.
So then you get the eye
Yeah. The Eye of
Opens,
Grayskull opens.
starts to open, and it's like, oh shit! Okay. And then it opens all the way. He gets the power. He turns into like the
Golden
like
Shao Kahn.
Liberace.
The Golden Shao Kahn.
And he starts shooting the lightning out of his hands, and now it's gold lightning instead of purple lightning.
But he screws himself.
Yeah, because He-Man tricks him and like uses the lightning to break the chains on himself.
Kills like 5 robots by just going wham.
Yeah, starts really whipping
Giant
people.
sword out. Yes. Yeah. Oh, no. With the chains.
chain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then-
with the chains. Yeah, you're right.
But then you
walks
get the
over,
moment.
grabs the sword, pulls it out, holds it above his head, and yells, "I have the power."
By the power of Grayskull.
Yeah, and then he gets like all He-Man-ized.
And then you
was
get,
good.
but then you get the Return of the Jedi fight scene.
Well, then what happens is you get the cut because they
Yeah.
lose the budget.
Oh, yeah, that's
but
right.
it's
Then
very
they
Return of
raised
the Jedi.
just enough money to film what they were able to film, and as weird and as awkward as like it came across, I think it's kind of cool.
Makes sense. It's
It
like I
made
went to
sense
like
to me.
Yeah, like get it. Yeah, they did it well. Where like, okay, we only have this much money. What are we gonna do? Let's
Cut
make
all
it
that crap.
really dark
Yes.
and get rid of all the background, and it's just He-Man fighting Skeletor,
Yes.
and just and it feels kind of slow and clunky, but their weapons are kind of slow.
Yeah,
and
he's got a
clunky.
giant claymore
Big
sword.
ass
Yeah.
weapons.
He's
though.
got like the huge staff.
He's got the
and-
big heavy skull staff.
Yeah.
With like the devil horns.
And I
on
mean,
it.
how much money do you think they spent on baby oil for Dolph? Like,
know, like, all
that's,
of
Nah, that's just sweat, baby.
Tons,
Have you seen
dude.
those Old Spice commercials? That's just sweat,
oh,
baby.
that's true. Yeah.
That's doo-doo, baby. But you can tell who's winning because whoever hits harder, their color gets the
in the background. It's like lighting up or dark or getting dark and
yeah,
red.
you get like the gold slash or
and
like
then
the blue.
Oh, he gets Skeletor down to one knee, starts bringing the claymore down over and over again, and it snaps the.
And he
the
instantly
staff.
reverts to hooded Skeletor.
Yeah.
Regular
It's like,
skull.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then the light comes back up,
man,
and
you're power-
you're back in the throne room. Like, oh man,
And then he gets knocked off the edge, like
Yeah.
Return to the Jedi.
Yep.
And you get also like Return of the Jedi, the slowest fall ever into the pit.
but you don't get the.
Yeah.
Yeah, the destruction of evil.
It's
There's just
after that,
water
yes.
down there.
No.
Because you can fall like 300 stories into water and not die. But I guess you're a skeleton.
Yeah, he's a
man. Who
skeleton
knows?
wizard. So
He's already a
Gandalf did it.
Gandalf did do it.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And he came back better.
He was fighting the Balrog of Mordor.
So then you get the sorceress is freed. Everything's happy.
She heals Courtney Cox.
Yeah, she heals Courtney Cox's leg. Then they have to say goodbye because they have to go back to Earth.
But you don't say goodbye.
You say good journey.
Good journey.
What is it?
Good journey.
It was this, wasn't it? I thought
No,
it was this.
touch your chest.
It's like a touch your chest and then like
Oh, okay, because I saw this.
release
motion.
the
Yeah, it's like
hounds.
from the mouth. Yeah. So then
journey.
he's like, you can go any point in history you want to.
You
I
want
can
to see
do
the
whatever
history
you
of your
want.
people?
Oh no, we just got to get home. Like you didn't see this coming. And as she's leaving, Gwildor, wait! And then like dickheads grabbing her and like, pulling her through.
Gwildor's like, I read the article.
He's like,
Don't
dude,
worry.
you guys are fucking retarded. I knew what you wanted.
She wouldn't shut up about dead parents on a plane. And it was like 3
Seriously.
months ago. Jeez. I guess we'll go 3 months. Fine.
Gwildor's like, I saw Evelyn's newspaper.
And we know she tricked you by just turning into your dead mother.
This girl had
And
baggage.
she wakes up and
She
is
wakes
like,
up in her bed, in her pajamas. The house is full of
These weird
furniture.
pajamas,
Yeah,
dude.
I don't know. It's the
80s
80s.
pajamas.
They didn't want to give away too much of Courtney Cox's young body.
I mean, they gave away nothing and made her look like an old lady, like an old maid and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But I guess that I've seen those pajamas in pictures on people and stuff for Christmas mornings and stuff. I was like, okay.
that's fake. Nobody wears those.
Yeah, it's true.
So she runs downstairs.
news.
Her mom and dad are there, and she tells them like, "Please don't go.
I wanna
I'm gonna
go to the
with
beach."
you. Let's go to the beach." No, study. You're stupid. So she snatches up their crap. She runs out the front door,
Young
and they're
lady,
like,
what's
"Stop!"
got into you?
Yeah. And then I guess Kevin woke up earlier.
Kevin woke
Yeah.
up at sound check.
Yeah, because he's been running over to her
got-
house.
he's
Either
got
that
a
or
T-
he lives like 13
He's got a
seconds down the
T-Bird's
road.
jacket on.
He
He's-
had time to put on his second jacket because it's jean jacket
Tits a bit nipply out here.
with leather jacket on top of that because you're always cold in the 80s.
And she's like,
freezing.
Kevin, my parents. And he's like, I know. Like,
yeah, my
I tried
parents-
to stop it by dragging you through that portal, but stupid Gwildor knew.
Yeah, but my parents died 2 months ago, and you didn't say shit.
They were dead in a plane crash. And then, what was I going to say? Shoot, I forgot.
She has the keys and all it.
Yeah, there was like a, okay, yeah.
We were there.
So
Like,
is it a stinger at the end with Skeletor?
I think so. Yeah. Well, but you get the close up of the jewel that the sorceress gave her. Like, as long as you keep this, Eternia is
will
never
always
far.
be close.
And they're both looking into it, and you see He-Man hold the sword and go, "Oh,
Yeah, like all badass.
Yeah.
And then Skeletor's head comes up out of the water, and he's like, "I'll be back" or whatever. And basically, it's like
until we meet again.
and it's basically like the reels and stuff where he's like, just kidding. And also he can't kill anybody. And then so they started working
on a
second movie, and it was supposed to be like He-Man and the Cyborg or something like that. And then
it's a DC crossover.
Yeah, like I don't know. But they filmed a lot of it and everything, and then like the
movie flopped.
Movie
money.
Corporate, like the studio that was making it fell apart and became defunct. So they had like this stuff, and they ended up like Jean-Claude Van Damme was in a movie called Cyborg, and like that's the movie.
Oh,
like,
it's Masters.
That's what they had.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Masters of the Universe 2, Cyborg or whatever.
So confused. By
that.
I'll be back, and then just falls away.
Well, yeah, because the movie studio went out of business before they could finish the
Skeletor
second
killed the
movie.
studio.
This is the Hudson Hawk of this movie of TriStar.
Oh dear God, Hudson Hawk.
Oh man, this is the one that shot it down while it was still flying mid-flight. Anyways, so they were gonna do. So I would have. I mean, I've heard Dolph say, I'm up for Masters of the Universe Part 2. Or something like that, and that he's like, I'm willing to be a side character, or I'll be like He-Man, and like I pass it down to the next He-Man.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. Like
I'd
old
be up for
He-Man
that.
hands the sword to like some nobody, almost like Shazam.
Probably like Chris Pratt.
Like Shazam.
Yeah.
He becomes
It'd probably be Chris
probably
Pratt.
Chris.
Don't you think? Yeah, I mean,
probably
awesome.
Hugh Jackman.
dude, that guy's arms in Dead, like, dude.
Yeah, but dude,
Really? I know.
nothing beats the scene in Wolverine Origins where he comes out of the adamantium.
No, but he
Tank.
was a young, like
Yeah,
he was a
yeah.
younger man then, like, yes,
Yeah.
100%. But like you see jacked guys all the time.
Yeah.
He's like in his mid-50s now.
He's huge.
Yeah.
And he, like, when they cut in the movie, they cut his sleeves are gone from the costume.
Yeah.
Holy shitballs, dude.
He
Like,
is the huge Jack
I'm
man.
jealous as hell. Like, his arms are like freaking cannons. Like, they're huge.
I've seen like behind the scenes where he talks about like his workouts for that. And
Oh,
he's like
dude.
constantly, someone says cut, they hand me a plate of steak. I'm
Yeah,
just
he
sitting there
says
eating
he says
steak,
that that's
just
the
eating.
worst part about playing Wolverine is that he has to like
Constant
he said that
protein.
Logan was better because he didn't have to do it as much because
Oh, yeah.
Logan's
Yeah,
like the
'cause
beat
because
he's
it's
down
like
old and yeah,
he
he's
still had
supposed
to be fit, but he didn't
What a
have to be
great
huge.
movie.
But man, in that scene in Wolverine Origins where he comes out of the adamantium tank and he pops all the IVs and he's screaming with the
Yeah.
claws out, I'm like,
Yeah.
holy shit balls.
There's a guy at Golden Rule yesterday when I was working that like is this black dude and like he had long arms, but like same thing like Hugh Jackman in the movie where like his
huge
his
biceps.
veins.
Yeah.
they're just, and I'm like, dude, if you like did some curls and stuff and like got all like jacked up, like tied them off like the Ultimate Warrior or something,
Yeah.
you'd look just like freaking Hugh Jackman.
Family
Yeah.
Guy
You have these
episode.
massive arms, like like when
When Stewie
Quagmire jacks off way too much,
or
it comes
when
out with
Stewie-
one giant arm.
When Stewie does steroids and he's walking
Yes.
around and he's like, if there's what's going on, B minus. And he's like,
Yes.
if there's one thing women love, it's a vascular man. He's got, like,
But yeah, so
you look like Lou Ferrigno's
I'm glad
poop.
that you guys enjoyed this. This was one that I was holding on to for a little while.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I know you've seen it, but
no,
like,
but and then at the very end when they defeat Skeletor and the sorceress comes back, you get the Gwildor, we have victory, and Gwildor like pops his head out. He's like, victory,
that I got a lot growing up too.
victory.
That's right.
The great voice.
Victory!
Yeah, so
Well, the
good.
fact that Lubick is like, I'm staying.
Yeah, dude. He's like, I
He
got a
ain't
girl.
dumb.
I have winch. I have land. Me stay.
He's like, look around at this place. It's freaking awesome.
He's like-
I live in a
Looks like
gold
Arizona.
He's like, I
palace.
live in Nowheresville, Indiana, over there.
Yeah, and I'm just a bald jackass of a cop.
I'm a bald detective who everybody thinks is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm
Taking
good.
this way too seriously. Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere.
But there's one of my favorite lines in the movie is when they're fighting in the music store, and he's like, it's He-Man and Man at Arms are like back against the speakers, and he pulls out like a stick grenade from like World War II, like a sticky grenade, and He-Man's like, "You think they hate us?" And he goes, "No, they're lonely. They miss us." And he throws it over his head, like blows up half the store.
That's a good one. Yeah, the humor. I mean, for me, what was difficult was keeping all the names straight, and the humor was fine. It could have used, I think, some more because Gwildor being
Gwildor's your comic relief character.
being Gwildor is
Gwildor.
funny enough. Gwildor,
Yeah.
Gwildor.
They say it like 40,000 times. How do you get it wrong?
Gwildor is Gwildor, and Gwildor. He Smurfs like other Smurfs, and if you Smurfette. But I wish there was a little more of that, comedy, and it wasn't just, oh, he's a little person, we're just gonna throw him across the set as hard as we can.
I just think he was so funny. Just his voice and like his character just being like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, like it's like the little things that he does that are super funny.
Oh man!
And I thought that a lot of what the cops like stuff was kind of funny too.
Yeah,
when they first shoot at him and like it blows up, and he's like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, like those kind of moments where it's just like he's trying so hard to do his job, and then like all this stuff that's going on around him makes no sense whatsoever.
He's the most reasonable person like, of the whole movie.
He's also
why
the
is this dude
jackass.
why is this dude in his underwear wearing a cape?
Yes, he's like, why?
Yeah.
Why? And at the end, he's like, I have wife. I have winch.
He's like,
I
you know
have
what?
Land. I stay.
I don't need to know why.
You know what? Yeah.
This is good enough for me. This is better
She's
than
pretty
good
cool.
enough.
She's got crystals in her head.
Yeah, and she's real nice.
She's swell.
And it turns out the underwear guy's like super badass too. You guys want to get some pizza? $40.
Not $40. I live here.
No, he is
super
free.
lady. She is
Power Grayskull.
She is a super lady. I'm gonna say
What
that.
Masters of the Universe always makes me think of is Thundercats.
Yes. And I always thought, I was like, are these the same? And then no, totally different. Like
Thunder.
completely different.
Thunder.
Thundercats.
Thundercats. Oh. Thundercats are on the moon. Thundercats are loose.
We always go for a great harmony. I'm just going to say that. It's been a year doing this show, and we all pick, you're here, you're here, and someone else is always here.
We've
it's
hit
just
it.
wonderful.
We hit it with the Mr. Mom.
Oh,
We hit that
yeah.
one.
That was the original.
That
the
was-
OG.
Yeah, and that was episode 3, I think.
I don't know. We
way
were
back
still
the
filming
day.
in my office.
In your office at your house. That's great. Yeah, so
It was just funny how that started out with Trey kind of like whispering, like, just gonna sing a little bit, and then I like jumped on there, like he was like getting a little confidence. If you go back and you listen, it's funny.
yeah, picks up speed, man.
Yeah.
Well, I got to say, it's been a year of doing this. I will say, I think this is a great way to end our season 2 of this, and we got the next half of the year coming up. We got the holidays, which always is nostalgia land. The holidays.
Halloween.
So we got Halloween. You got Turkey Day. Last year we did
Son-in-law.
Son-in-law
Steven Tyler PJs.
with with
Tyler PJ.
Paul Shore. And
The sophisticated Paul Shore.
yes, Paul.
He's an adult now.
Pauly Shore. Anyways, and so going the second half of the year is my favorite time of the year because then we get all of the wonderful, the holiday movies come around or ones that are based on holiday movies. And I think we should start off the season going into because there's already Halloween stuff out. So I think we can start jumping into some some of those.
Get one of them
movies.
social media polls.
Yeah, and see what people want to hear because we did Hocus Pocus, we did some Beetlejuice, we did Addams Family. Those are some big names.
Man,
in the Halloween.
it's too bad
ones.
that we did Beetlejuice last year instead of this year.
Oh, we could
the
do it
second
again.
one
We
dropped.
could just do Beetlejuice 2. We could do a movie review of Beetlejuice 2.
Oh, that'd be a great one. That'd be a great idea. Yeah, we should go see it together and
Maybe do
it.
like a one-off episode.
Yeah, I agree. Just a one-off of just a nostalgia land at the movies.
Saving that for later.
Babs.
Thank you guys so much. We love you so much. All of you who listen every week. We can't tell you how much we appreciate you, and I hope you enjoy this as much as we enjoy this. Check out Sunny D, vodka seltzers. Don't drink and drive. Drink responsibly. Don't operate any heavy machinery. Check us out on all your social media platforms: your Instagram, your Facebooks, your YouTubes, your TikToks, and yeah, keep up with us on YouTube. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell.
Leave some comments.
Please. Yeah, get involved with us.
Even if it's just like the title of a movie that you want to see, just put it in the comments.
Yeah, for sure. Just share with us what your thoughts are. We want to include you guys as much as we can. Matt will get some more of those polls going in the future. That was really good. It was really cool having you guys, give us your thoughts and your opinions.
And you can see we'll do like the winner and the loser will get in there too.
Yeah, they come around too. It's just, what
It's
are we
just
doing
a first.
What are we doing next?
Yeah, what are we doing this time? Maybe next time.
Maybe we'll put up more than one poll so we're not just back to back. You know what the next 2 movies are?
And to all
idea.
you guys that are out there sharing, you know, in your stories and tagging us and stuff, we can't tell you how much we appreciate it.
That was awesome.
Spreading the word.
Really love
Really,
that.
really cool. And check out our shops, nostalgialandpodcast.com.
Perfect.
And Nostalgialand shop on Etsy. Holy crap.
It's a great shirt.
That was the first time that I did it with no help.
There you go.
All right.
Well, it took a year.
Come back to Problems with Troy.
Yes, definitely. We're trying to, you know, develop things that happen in the show naturally that become like Welcome Back to Problems with Troy that are just part of the show, you know, part of what we are. But for now, we got some really cool products on there. A lot of the Jazz logo stuff. The cups are awesome. Check them out. They're fantastic. They're super good. They hold up. They're sturdy as hell. Washing like crazy, and they're perfect.
They're still brilliant. Yeah.
So thank you. I can't say it enough. And until next time,
I'm Matt.
I'm Trey.
and I'm Tyler Cowbunga.